Good morning. Firstly, if you'd asked me in 2012 when I did my coaching qualification, Nikki, would you go on the internet without your hair being brushed? I have done my teeth, because that makes it all right. In your Jimmy Jams with no makeup on, would you do that? My answer would be a firm no, a hard no. But we're 2020, we're in the middle of a pandemic, and here we are. I've got something really juicy to share with you today, and it can't wait. This is the thing. Sometimes you've got to make moves, and you'll see like how this relates to the analogy. Today, and you know I love an analogy. If you've watched before, you're like, oh, here we go, what we've got today. So today I'm talking about log flumes. Even if you haven't been on one, this is where the noisy traffic goes crazy. Anyway, I'm going to continue. Even if you've never been on a log flume, you'll hopefully know what I mean. It's that thing, it's a ride, it's a log, you sit in it and you go round and round, twist and turn, and where's it going to be? You might go through a little tunnel that's in the dark, and then finally there's that moment where you feel the little track and the bottom of the log. I really should know about more of the technicalities of this log flume, but you feel that moment, don't you, where it starts to go all the way up. And then sometimes there's a bit of a false alarm, like, oh, okay, cool. And you just go down a little dip. You're like, okay, this is not the big one. Okay, I can just hold my nerve for a few more minutes and prepare for that photo, because we all look good in those photos, don't we? Just me? So that moment, you know it's coming though. The incline, all the way up, all the way up. And then there's that moment where I feel like my internal stomach linings are just, I freak out basically. And it's that moment. If you've been to actually, in Disneyland, there's this like Tower of Terror. And you get to the top of this lift shaft, and then suddenly the doors open and you see the whole of Disneyland, and then it closes, and you know then it's going to throw you down. That's a terror. I wouldn't recommend that. That I was very green after that one. But how does this relate to the business? You're like, come on, let's get to the point. Okay, the point is, most people, even though they say, I want to have the full experience, I want to do all of the things, I've got these big ideas, I want to build this, I want to create this, I want this type of money, I want to do all of the things, most people want to stay looking at the scenery. They don't actually even ever want to get on the incline of the log flume. They just want to kind of go through, oh, what's that? Oh, there's some kind of statue singing, and just kind of enjoy the sway. But the thing is, if you can be brave, and if you can go for it and get that moment where you get to the top, or that scary bit where you feel like you're going to fall through the floor and you feel terrified, not terrified, that seems a bit dramatic, doesn't it? But when you feel like you're like, oh my goodness, this is a bit out of my comfort zone, I'm feeling stretched here. If you can get to that point and you do it, that's when it becomes really interesting. Because suddenly, and I know that I'm like that, when I went on that Tower of Terror, whatever the flipping heck it's called, afterwards, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to go on that outdoor thing. I'm going to go on that thing where you're strapped around the middle and your legs and arms dangle. I'm going to do all of it because I can, because I'm not scared anymore. And this is the thing. The fear and the discomfort of it is part of it sometimes. And you will start to really see those results. But you don't just get them without sort of skipping the work, I guess, or going through the motions of it. So I have a challenge for you based on that very roundabout log flume analogy. This week, I want you to think about how can you take action that is going to get you on that incline, whether you feel like, oh, I'm growing, oh, I'm moving, I'm doing it, I'm going forward. Even better, where can you like do those things where you feel like that whoosh, like I'm sending the email, I'm going live. I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to commit to a challenge. I'm going to do something for 30 days. That's like those kind of big movement things. And also, when you're looking at your time and you're challenging yourself, notice how many of those activities that you feel are working hard on your business, but they're not actually moving you forward. They're not even getting you on the incline of it. They're certainly not getting you that result. And you're just swaying around. So this could be fiddle-faddling with your website, like altering graphics, changing things around, umming and ahhing over a sentence. And I know sometimes I put things out there and sometimes I'm like, oh, I missed a word out there, or like I made a spelling mistake. Like, I know all of that sort of stuff. But equally, I am doing those scary things too. And pushing myself. Yeah. Oh, I don't know why I paused then. It's emotional when you do it. And that takes courage sometimes, because you don't know how you're going to do it. And you don't know what to do. And you might be carrying so many limiting beliefs from other people, from yourself, from your old people, from your old version of yourself. Not from old people. Old people are usually the best. They're like, go on, get moving. Don't be old like me, sitting in a chair. Go on. That's what my granny used to say. My granny always used to say things like, you know what is best. You know what is best for you. Do it. Oh, I miss her. Anyway, I'm going off the point. Yeah, it's an interesting time, because everything out there with the uncertainty of what is going on in the world right now is telling us just to sashay and just to keep calm. And that might be perfect for you right now. Like, I am not eliminating how you feel. I don't know what your current circumstances are. And I know in my life, sometimes I'm like, the fact that I'm even in this log flume at all, making it a consideration, should be applauded. If you're there, I get it. Totally. And I've been there too. But if you're getting that niggle of like, I am always this person. I'm always this person that starts something and then never moves forward. I'm always this person who says I'm going to do something and then I get distracted, or things happen, or I just get busy, or my time goes over. Or maybe you've got a scary age coming up like me, and you know, it's an age that hopefully this is my every intention to get to, but 40 for me feels like it's a big, all right, what's going on here? What's happening age? And I'm 40 next year. And there's going to be some changes in my life because I'm not doing it anymore. There's some things I'm just saying no to, that I'm taking off my plate, that I'm eliminating some thoughts, beliefs, habits, behaviors. I'm just getting rid of them. They don't serve me. And I don't actually know who they serve, but that's where we are. So today, even though it's comfy cozy to listen to some webinars who make you feel inspired, or maybe you've watched this and gone, okay, I now need to do something. I meant to make this short, but we are where we are. Also, if you've listened to this today and you're like, I need to do something, come and join me tomorrow. I'm doing a jam and plan all day, 4 sessions. It's going to be so much content, first and foremost. I'm not just going to kind of power you up and go, woo, yeah, like this. This is like some actual content. And then you have a week of email support with me, voice note, WhatsApp. So you can send me stuff and you can move forward. So even if tomorrow you feel like by the end of it, you're on that incline of like, woo, I feel like I'm nearly getting to the top. In that next bit, I'm really going to be helping you focus and move into that point of the whoosh, of the, I can do this, so I can do other things as well. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, for listening, and do check the links down below. And just don't be that person who is still faffing behind the scenes. If you have any kind of niggle in you of like, I actually need to do this, follow it. It's telling you it for a reason.